Joseph Murphy's The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, first published in 1963, has become a classic in the field of self-help and new thought literature. Its enduring popularity lies in its direct promise. You can harness the power of your subconscious to heal, attract wealth, find love, and live a more fulfilling life. Murphy's approach blends spiritually, psychologically, and anecdotal storytelling into a system that feels both mystical and practical. Though critics accuse it of oversimplification, millions of readers have found it empowering. The book essentially argues that belief, deep, subconscious beliefs create reality. The conscious and the subconscious mind. Murphy begins by dividing the mind into two realms, the conscious and the subconscious. The conscious mind is your active, reasoning, decision making part. It sets goals, analyzes, chooses. The subconscious, on the other hand, is the hidden powerhouse beneath awareness. It stores memory, habits, emotions, and patterns. It cannot reason in the way the conscious mind can. Instead, it accepts what the conscious mind repeatedly feeds it. Like a fertile soil, the subconscious brings forth whatever seeds are planted, whether those seeds are positive or negative. This distinction is the backbone of Murphy's philosophy. People fail to change their lives because they attempt to use the willpower at the conscious level without addressing the deeper subconscious programming. Real change happens only when new beliefs sink below the surface and become automatic. In modern times, it's the difference between knowing you shouldn't eat junk food and genuinely no longer craving junk food because your subconscious associations have changed. The subconscious as a servant. Murphy insists the subconscious is neutral, not moral. It does not judge whether your thoughts are helpful or harmful. It simply accepts repeated impressions as truth. If you constantly tell yourselves, I never get a break, your subconscious will orchestra conditions that reinforce that belief. If you repeat, everything works out for me, your subconscious will align circumstances to match. This isn't magic in the supernatural sense. It's a combination of psychological conditioning and what Murphy frames as universal spiritual law. He often quotes scriptures to give the system moral authority, arguing that biblical verses about faith and prayer are really coded instructions for the subconscious programming. Faith and belief. At the center of Murphy's system is faith, not necessarily religious faith, but deep conviction. When the conscious mind impresses an idea onto the subconscious with complete belief, the subconscious accepts it as reality and sets processes in motion to manifest it. Murphy cites countless examples: patients who healed after believing in a sugar pill, the placebo effect, individuals who escaped poverty by affirming abundance, or people who found love by visualizing companionship. The key ingredient in each case was belief so strong it bypassed doubt. Murphy repeats this idea endlessly. What you believe, you create. The subconscious is like a movie screen that projects whatever film you load into it. Unfortunately, most people load negative reels, fear, doubt, resentment, and then wonder why their lives resemble horror stories. The techniques for reprogramming the subconscious. The book offers practical methods for impressing new beliefs onto the subconscious. These include affirmations, repeating positive statements with feelings until the subconscious accepts them. For example, I am healthy, strong, and full of energy. Murphy insists that affirmations only work when imbued with conviction, not when mumbled mechanically. Visualizations, creating vivid mental images of the desired outcome. The subconscious responds powerfully to imagery. So, if you imagine yourselves confidently giving a speech, your subconscious begins rehearsing that reality. Third is prayer. Murphy reframes prayer as focused thought. Effective prayer is not begging an external God but impressing the subconscious with faith filled images of what you desire. Autosuggestions before sleep. The moments before sleep are especially potent because the conscious mind relaxes and the subconscious becomes more receptive. Repeating affirmations or visualizations at night plants seeds that grow while you rest. Fifth one is letting go. After impressing the subconscious, one must release anxiety about the outcome. Worry signals doubt, which sabotages the suggestion. Confidence and calm trust accelerate manifestation. Health and healing. A large section of the book discusses health. Murphy believed the subconscious could influence the body's natural healing powers. He shares stories of patients who overcame illness by affirming health, visualizing vibrant organs, or trusting in divine healing power. He stresses that fear of disease often produces disease, while faith in health produces healing. This idea parallels what modern medicine calls the placebo and nocebo effects. The body responds to beliefs. Murphy's interpretation is more expansive, suggesting that even chronic or terminal illness can be reversed by subconscious reprogramming. Critics see this as dangerous optimism, but Murphy frames it as spiritual law. As you think in your heart, so are you. Wealth and success. Another key application is prosperity. Murphy argues that poverty often stems not from external conditions but from the subconscious beliefs about money. If you grew up hearing money is the root of all evil, your subconscious may repel wealth to believe rich people are greedy. You may unconsciously avoid prosperity. The cure is to replace limiting beliefs with affirmations like, money is God's idea. It flows to me freely, joyously, and endlessly. Visualization also plays a role. Imagine receiving checks, signing contracts, or enjoying financial freedom. The subconscious, Murphy says, will organize circumstances to bring opportunities. More importantly, your own actions shift. When you believe in abundance, you notice possibilities you previously ignored. Relationships and love. The subconscious also shapes relationships. If you believe no one will ever love me, you will unconsciously sabotage connections to prove yourself right. If you affirm, I attract loving, kind, supportive people, your subconscious guides you towards those individuals. Murphy recounts stories of people who used affirmations to reconcile marriages, find ideal partners, or dissolve toxic bonds. Again, faith is crucial. Doubting your worthiness keeps you stuck. Believing in your inherent value shifts your energy and behavior. Murphy often points to the biblical phrase, Love your neighbor as yourself, emphasizing that self love is the root of all healthy relationships. The subconscious and sleep. Murphy highlights sleep as a doorway to the subconscious. At night, conscious resistance fades, making the subconscious fertile ground for new ideas. He encourages readers to end each day by affirming positive outcomes rather than replaying worries. Going to sleep with thoughts of gratitude, abundance, or healing plant those seeds for the subconscious to nurture overnight. The practical advice is simple: never fall asleep rehearsing fears, end the day rehearsing faith. Universal law and divine order. Though grounded in psychology, Murphy consistently frames his teachings within a spiritual worldview. He equates the subconscious with the inner God, the divine presence within each person. When you align your conscious suggestions with faith in this divine power, miracles occur. He quotes scripture liberally. Phrases like according to your faith, be it unto you, are interpreted as instructions for subconscious alignment. This gives the book an almost sermon-like quality. Murphy insists that the law he describes are universal, impartial, and infallible. Just as gravity doesn't care who you are, the subconscious mind responds to beliefs without judgment. This framing provides comfort. You don't need luck, genius, or connections. You need conviction. Stories and example. One of the most engaging and sometimes repetitive aspects of the book is Murphy's use of stories. He recounts case after case: a man who visualized receiving a promotion and did, a woman who overcame infertility by affirming pregnancy, a salesman who repeated, "I am prosperous," until his commissions soared. Some stories sound possible, others verge on the fantastic. But Murphy's point is not empirical proof, it is persuasion. The stories serve as evidence that subconscious programming works across domains. The promise of transformation. The power of your subconscious mind endures because it offers hope. It tells its readers they are not prisoners of fate, genetics, or external circumstances. By changing inner dialogue, they can change outer reality. This promise is intoxicating, especially for people who feel stuck. Murphy's language is uplifting, his techniques are simple, and his world view is empowering. Let's get to conclusion. Mastering the inner life. The essence of the book can be boiled down to a single mantra: you are what you believe. The subconscious mind is a powerful servant, always obeying the instructions it receives. If you feed it fear, it will manifest obstacles. If you feed it with faith, it will manifest opportunities. The choice is yours. Murphy's call is to take responsibility for your inner life. Guard your thoughts as carefully as you guard your health or finances. Replace complaints with affirmations, doubts with vision, fears with faith. By doing so, you rewrite the script your subconscious is projecting onto the screen of reality. Ultimately, Murphy insists this is not about selfish gain, but about aligning with universal law, with divine order. When your subconscious is filled with love, gratitude, and faith, you not only transform your life, you contribute to a world where more people live from wholeness rather than fear. That, he suggests, is the true power of your subconscious mind.